last time. Yeah, and I go.
Okay.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling, and you've rolled.
And I have rolled, yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, where's my phone?
Where's your phone, right here?
I want to ask you a question. I've got a lot of questions for you. The first one I want to ask you is, can you cook?
Can I cook? Yeah, I can cook. I can't chef.
Okay.
It's a big difference.
That counts.
Yeah. Because to cook, yes, it's so loud. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, to cook is pretty simple. It's following instructions. But to be a chef is to be able to know flavors and pairings, and I think instantly know how to prepare something and create something, where cooking is simply easy.
How did you learn to cook? To say that, yeah.
I learned from observation with my mom. My mom's an amazing, she doesn't say she's a chef, but I think she is a chef, and I watched her, I watched how she would make my dad prep certain foods, but I'll still Google to this date how to do a basic recipe. So that's why I can cook. I prefer not to though. If when I'm a millionaire, bazillionaire, trizillionaire, I'll definitely have a private chef.
Yeah.
That's like a private chef and a personal masseuse. Those are two expenses that I'm willing to live with.
Yeah.
I think that would be the one.
They'll just make life a little bit more soft for you.
Just imagine you had a bit of a tough day. 30 minutes, neck, shoulder, back, and head
while
massage.
Someone else is cooking.
Yeah, while somebody else is cooking.
But wouldn't you want? I mean, now I make the image that I'm seeing is no partner.
No, there's a partner.
No, she's also getting a.
Yeah, private. Fuck. She can also cook if she wants to. Make your meal. Like if I'm a trillion whatever, and my wife wants to cook, and I've got a private chef. The private chef can just chill for the night.
Yeah.
Let the wifey do the things.
Yeah.
But I think how nice would that be? Because I'm so indecisive when I make food.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get it.
I don't know how moms went into the shops and filled the trolley with exactly what they needed for all those days. It blew my brain.
Yeah.
I go to the shops every day, my bro, with a list on my phone to make sure I get everything that I need just for that meal. Every day.
Really?
Every day. I swear. It's a pain in the ass.
So do you have like go-to meals?
Yes. Like
how many? Like how many are in
I
your
think
rotation?
we wrote probably about 12. A lot of brine. A lot of brine. Yeah. Shit. 3-4 times a week.
Really?
Yeah. But we do eat. I'm currently eating at home at least 6 times to 7 times a week.
Okay.
So it's a lot of cooking is getting done.
Yeah.
A lot of now. It's so simple now, dude. Like air fryers.
Yeah.
Do you use an air fryer?
No, I don't.
Bro.
Not yet.
Bro, do yourself a favor. It cooks everything. Full chickens, pieces of chickens, chicken nuggets. I cooked a lamb chop in there, bro. Amazing.
Really?
Bro, fuck. So now that's also that's why I think I'm super lazy when it comes to food though. I don't know about you. I don't like the act of eating. I don't like sitting down. I love tasting food. Like that, I enjoy flavors. But the act of eating, not for me, Baba.
I love to eat. I love to cook too.
Oh, but I can see you cooking though.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I can see you. You have your spectacles on, like glasses, a glass of wine, cookbook open like this, while watching a YouTube video of somebody else cooking another meal. That's how I see you cook.
That's crazy.
That's how I see you
crazy because it's true. It's true. And the video has to be long enough to entertain me while I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very funny that you say that. But I have this theory that anybody, especially a guy, but I think now I'm glad I asked you because you've given me a whole different perspective. I'm just like, maybe that's just how white guys do it. You know, because if you ask me from a native perspective, yeah, any black guy that can cook probably dated a lot of girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So did you date a lot of girls? No?
No, I didn't, but I dated a few girls for long.
Okay. So that forced you in the relationship where they were like, I'm tired cooking, it's your turn.
And it's also like, fuck, man, let me just fucking learn to do this because they love food.
But when you say learn, are you comfortable off top of your head making a full meal? And I'm not talking about like a basic pasta, chicken, and mushroom soup. You know, I mean mushroom sauce. I'm talking about breaking that mushroom sauce down and you prepping it and whipping
From
the cream
scratch.
from the scratch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are you that type of dude?
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've got some.
So you
some
breaking it
integrity
from
in the
cook
kitchen.
into the chef category now?
You think so?
I think so. Like I say, it's so easy.
I haven't started making pasta yet. Like
rolling
from
it
scratch.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
feel like that's the level. Then maybe you can start suggesting in some places.
Level
that
1
you're-
chefing. Yeah.
Hey guys, he might be a chef.
A grade 1 chef.
Yeah. If you're just tuning in, I'm Uno the Dank Dude.
And I'm Shan, the Canna Man.
Speaking of the canna,
Episode 12.
episode 12.
The canna's right over
you
there.
have
The only
a-
thing
do
is
you
we
have
don't
a
have a lighter. God damn.
Okay,
But we'll get the lighter.
we'll figure it out.
I just want to talk about the best news of the week.
Wait. Okay. I realize I always interrupt you when you want to tell us what has been pressing on your mind. But I know we have to do this. It's August
It's August.
and it's Women's Month.
Oh, happy Women's Month.
Happy
to all the
Women's
women out there.
Month to all the women out there in South Africa
Old Ladies
and
Month.
the world.
But yeah, without you guys, there wouldn't be a society that works so well.
What's your favorite thing about women?
My favorite thing, I love to be cared for, and women, I do. I like to be like, I don't know, not to be like thought of, but to be like, hey, how you doing type of vibe. And women over guys, I think that's very difficult for a guy to even just check in with their best friend sometimes. But a woman is more nurturing, they're more caring, and I appreciate that about somebody that gives something about you. Is a lot to me.
Yeah.
Like whenever I've been at a festival or whenever I've been at an event, you'll always see a woman go up to somebody that's feeling a little bit out of it or a little bit scared, that they take them in. And that's what I appreciate from women, and I think guys can learn a lot about just having that human connection off the bat, like seeing that other person is in need. I think a lot of dudes, because of our tough exterior, we tend to not approach those situations, you know, where fuck, if there's a person in need, break down with that person, you know. I think that's where. And you?
What I love about women,
Is their tits.
it's that they're different.
That's true.
I just love that they're different. Yeah, I'm saying like
Not
they're
dudes.
different from me.
Yeah. Different like thought patterns.
Like you're
or what?
also different from me, but you and I have more in common than me and the woman.
Yeah. Okay. Very
You know
true.
what I'm saying? And that's what I love about women. It's like, man, these guys are really just different.
They are.
and it's like, I appreciate it, man. You know, I genuinely appreciate it.
I think if you speak to any man that's had a relationship with a woman for a long period of time, and you ask that, have you figured it out? They will say no. I don't have a clue. We know how to live with them very well, but to still understand how they work, I think
you'll never. That's why are you trying to make that your purpose?
Yeah, just learn how to work with them. But yeah, so happy Women's Day. I mean, is it Women's Month?
Women's Month.
Wasn't
Women's
this
Day was
supposed
a
to
few
be the
days ago.
LGBTQ parade month? When was that?
That's June.
Is that June?
Yeah.
I didn't hear America cancelled that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Donnie did that.
Parades were No good.
I think I must have gone. I went to a queer party this year.
A queer party.
Man, I swear to you, I don't remember, but I'm sure I did.
So I've been to Babylon a few times. There's a gay club up in Lulu. Before we continue about my gay club experience, do you have a lighter for my friend Una? Yeah, thank you. So yeah,
Thanks so much.
The Babylon's a club, and I've always had great parties there, bro. It is.
So what makes you go there?
Well, number one, it's usually one of the places that has a vibe on a certain night.
What type of vibe, dog?
Partying vibe, bro. It's like a club. Like, just imagine any club that you've ever been to, but it's predominantly gay guys looking, or LGBTQ people looking for their own place, their third place, and that became Babylon. And Babylon, but that doesn't say you can't go if you're straight. There's a lot of straight people in there, and I've come right with the straight woman in Babylon, because the straight women go there because they don't get hit on.
They feel safe.
Yeah, so
So it's gay, and it's not even like queer. It's not even all accepting. It's strictly gay.
No.
It's
I
just
guess
gay
now
themed.
I guess I call everything LGBTQ gay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or queer. I don't know. I don't know. Like this LGBTQ, you're different. Like cool. I don't really mind if you're different.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
But to give me, I'm now this and pansexual and bro, how must I remember all of this cuck? I'm one of those guys. Don't throw it down my throat. I don't care.
Wow.
I really don't.
It's
mind.
It's true. I'm 100%.
But I do believe that there was other forces to play that was throwing the LGBTQ agenda to cause smoke, to cause mirrors, to cause the lefts
definitely
to play a certain role, to get certain amount of votes.
It's been politicized
Badly. And that's what I don't enjoy. And I don't like it going into schools. That's one thing I'm highly against. I don't want people at the age of 13 to be on blockers. I think that should be ruled out.
What are blockers? Gender?
Like hormone blockers. Or so like if
why does something like that even exist?
It's because that's how transitions work. So if you're back in the day when you were an adult,
isn't it like, doesn't it have an actual purpose maybe prior, before they discovered this shit can do this, or was it created for
no, I'm sure if you were like, if you were somebody that was producing extra estrogen or too much testosterone or vice versa,
like
castor, exactly, then you would have a certain hormone inducer or
prescribed to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think this has been going around.
So now it's what? Now it's not prescribed. It's
given to the kids. So that's why the Americans got hit so hard, was because the rights were taken away from the parent and given to the child. So now you have 11-year-old kids that are getting blasted with social media, getting about trans rights, this rights. If you feel different, you should move over. Maybe you're a girl. Maybe you should. Confused. I know kids that were 6 and 7 that would dress up in dresses and are now men that you would be like scared of. They're like, man, you know. And when their parents let them walk around in a dress, it's just like a fascination with kids. Kids are interested in everything. That's like a sponge. So that's what the only thing about this whole trans LGBTQ thing was, what they were doing to the kids. A kid is extremely vulnerable. We've spoken about this many times. Like a male, only at 25 is their brain fully developed. So you're going to be testing things, you're going to be going there. But a hormone block, it's irreversible, this change. So you go girl, you're staying like that.
Your boy gone.
So if you're doing it at the age of 11 and you want to return back at the age of 18, my bro, sorry. You know, it's...
Girl, what?
I don't know if it's...
girl.
Yeah, so
boy.
That is my thing. But like that, if you want me to identify you as a woman, I may slip up. That's my fault. But if that's really how I must address you, I will respect that. But also respect mine, that I may also make a mistake, and don't get angry with me. It's like I'm a human, and that's also something that I don't schmark too much. Like, come on, bro. Like we all as long as you're respectful to the other person, then let's just get on with it. Let them be them. Let us be us. I don't throw my religion down your throat. You don't throw your religion down my throat. I don't throw
nothing down.
I throw nothing. Yeah. Cool. You support that. I support this. Cool. Sweet. Let's move on. Like I support Man U and you support Arsenal. And the football is back. Premier League is back, baby.
Yeah. Now we finally have something to do on the weekends.
Yes, sir. Makes me very happy, bro.
Yeah.
Makes me a very happy man.
There's a lot to be excited about. I have to ask you the obvious question. Okay, you can go ahead.
Crazy. Did you see China have said that they are taking anybody that supports Islam out of the country? Islamic beliefs.
Really?
Yeah. And
well, that's crazy.
Zionists also, they're moving hardcore at the moment, bro.
China.
I think the world's in a more scarier space now than the whole Israel-Iran period. It's tilting now. Germany's upset with Israel. It's going hardcore.
Germany's upset with Israel.
Big time.
We know what happened.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dog. Just imagine.
We know how this is gonna end.
But now we way too far. You really got me riled up. I know on the program, and it's very interesting because I think it was based off of the slack you got on social media about your lack of empathy towards addiction.
Yeah, and wow, I don't think it's lack of empathy. I think I was just dramatic. But I said what I said. When
I played that again, when you said you're getting slack, I was like, I remember you being a little bit, but then what you said was very valid. If somebody else becomes an addict, you don't have to put that responsibility on yourself. If you can't handle it. If you can handle it and you are strong enough, then sure, be a leaning or helping support.
But my thing is like,
who gave you slack? Did people message you?
No, I just put out a poll on my Instagram and I said, did I go too far? Because I watched it, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I was that dramatic in making my point. That's actually what shocked me. I can't believe I said it like that. And then like I sat and I thought like, okay, where does that come from? And like I remember, I used to have this friend who we became friends when she came back from the States, and she told me about her experience out there. And one experience she had is she met a junkie, but she didn't know he was a junkie until it was 1 or 2 years into the relationship.
Oh, crazy.
Or some shit like that, and I think maybe her own trauma made her feel like she had to stick around. And now like we've kind of even drifted as friends, because she's become that like
junkie.
Not the junkie herself, but like what can I say?
Well, she's a codependent junkie now.
Now it's like it's her trauma.
Yeah, they've trauma bonded.
Yes, and even
that
like,
does happen in relationships.
Even in friendships. You understand? Even in friendships, and it's like, man, I can tell that this is all about, like what you said. You like women because they care. Even I'm sure women love some guys because they care. And sometimes, we overextend ourselves. And like when I think about her own situation, like dating a junkie, I'm just asking myself, but why didn't you just leave? And people think because they feel guilty for leaving that it's
leave.
Okay that they stay. No, you must liberate yourself from that guilt and make a decision based on what you feel for this person. If you can't see your life without them, even though they have this thing about them, then you have every right. But like, you must be clear.
So my feelings on addiction is if you're going into a relationship, right, and you become addicted to a substance or to you become addicted to anything. If it is hurting a relationship, which most substance abuse does, because you lied to your partner. Like this chick didn't know for 2 years. You start lying to your partner, so your relationship is built on lies. So how can you, as the abuser, as the substance abuser or the addicted person, be angry with the other person? The only person you should be angry with is yourself, that you allowed it to happen.
Yes.
I do get on the reverse side of this, I've been also where there's a point where, like I said, I've been addicted to gambling. So I know that there was a stage where I couldn't help myself, so I needed a lending hand. I needed somebody, whether it's a psychologist, your friend, your partner. If your partner is willing to go through the hardships that an addiction or addicted person puts them through. It's not an easy task. It's an emotional roller coaster at times. There's the extreme lows and the extreme highs. So I get it. It's a very difficult position.
And I'm not saying you mustn't be this person's friend because you can't be their lover. If you really want to help them and help yourself,
help them get the help that is needed. But what I've learned with addiction is the only person that will ever change or get you to the point of becoming unaddicted or becoming sober is the willingness from yourself.
It's true.
You, not your partner, not your family, not your friends, no matter how many interventions or times they throw you into rehab or times you go to groups, the only person that beats addiction is the person that is addicted.
It's true.
It's that willingness, it's that fire inside to make the change, to put down the bottle, to stop going to the casino.
When I mentioned addiction, I was actually vague. I'm glad you brought it round to this because I'm talking about the addiction to certain feelings about yourself, especially bad ones, like guilt. That's why a person will guilt trip themselves into doing something. And I'm like, man, do you understand what I'm saying? Or am I wilding?
No, I get it.
Why is that? And how do we get ourselves to be less addicted to feeling guilty about just...
This is quite interesting, this book is here.
Okay.
So why do we feel guilty? Is usually because we think others are thinking they will think of us in a different light. And this book, which is the 4 Agreements, says don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the options and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life.
Okay, I like that. That's the answer.
That is the answer.
That is the answer because it's like you have to have the will. And you also said it. And it's crazy because I'm also reading this book called Make willpower. Make will your power.
Yeah, so I think if you are prone to having negative thoughts, how do we overcome that? You can't ask somebody to just send you positive memes the whole day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to take that every day that I have that mental thought and I have one bad mental thought, I'm going to probe it with 2 positive thoughts. 2 positive thoughts, whether it's thinking of a good memory, whether it's thinking of maybe a good friend or a good teacher that you had.
Yeah.
And then you repeat that to yourself.
Yeah.
Or maybe how you overcame something over the weekend. Or maybe how you did something good in your job.
Yeah, I think
just to remind yourself.
As long as you're trying.
You have to be willing to make the change and make the effort to not be addicted to the bad stuff and be more addicted to the good stuff. How nice would it be to be addicted to only thinking positive thoughts?
Yeah.
That would be a nice addiction.
That's crazy.
Or being addicted to living a healthy lifestyle. That would be amazing.
That's crazy.
I think that is the goal, and you have to have that willingness to make the effort or try.
Shout out. Shout out. I like that. So who do you think is gonna win? Are you betting? I know it's fucked up because I think
obviously to play Arsenal at the beginning of the season is tough. I'm just excited to see the quality of football and the transformation that's happened since the last season to this season. I am hoping for 4th place finish, you know, with a FA Cup or a Carabao Cup coming home. That would be prize 1, but I do have a small feeling that Man U will win the league. I really do.
Come on, man. Do you know we just signed Victor Gyökeres? You know Victor Gyökeres, dog. Let me tell you about Gyökeres. Yeah.
I was angry that he didn't come to Man U.
Bro,
But I'm happy with Sesko. Happy with
that
Sesko.
guy broke up with his girlfriend to go to.
Really, Arsenal. He broke
up with his girlfriend.
And you see, he shouldn't feel bad
paid
about that.
£2 million to his own transfer fee.
No,
his
you lied.
agent
You lie.
waived his commission. He almost
Yeah, about that
sued Sporting.
Yes.
Dog. I was like, yo.
That's the player you need. The player that plays for the badge. My man.
And he took the number 14 jersey. Bro, and they brought him out in fucking...
I've watched his first game.
No, the reveal. Dog, it was like a movie. His jersey sold out. Anyway, my real point when I'm saying all of this is Van Persie, when he went to United.
Yeah.
That's Sesko. I mean, that's Gyökeres.
Oh, really?
That season-winning Van Persie.
Yeah.
That's Gyökeres, bro.
Okay, well, we're gonna see. I'm very excited to see Sesko. Bro, Cunha and Mbeumo tried and tested Premier League scoring midfielders. They both had crazy amount of goal assists last season. Is exactly what Man U
What is
needed.
the preseason like?
Very well. We won every trophy that we competed in. We lost one game at the very beginning of the preseason when our signings came in. We won the Hong Kong League, we won the Premier League Summer Cup, and then we beat Florentine. David De Gea came back to Man U, bro. Absolute scenes.
He came back.
Yeah, because he plays for Florentina.
Oh, okay.
So he came back, bro. The stadium went crazy. Bruno gave him a cool picture because he left the club in such an awkward way. They just kind of got rid of him.
Yeah. It was unceremonious.
Yeah, it was very unceremonious. He didn't have his last game at Trafford. Nobody knew that he was getting flogged. Anyways, I'm glad that he got his time.
Yeah. Look, man. I guess we'll see from the first game between Arsenal and Man United.
I watched a very long podcast the other day. I think you also watched it.
Tell me.
I would love your opinion on it.
Tell me, which one?
The info. Yeah, we give you some Mac G. Listen, we want like a Mac G bobblehead.
Yeah.
The amount of times we talk about you.
Or give us a slot in your network. Give us a bag, something. Give us a
All
bag.
our 15 viewers that watch, we shout you out a lot. But
we want to be uncancelable with you.
the advocate Therefore case.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's even the advocate Therefore case. It's no longer censoring you.
No. Well, what Therefore, advocate Therefore.
Oh, you mean he came with the case?
He came with cases.
Literally.
Cases. He literally
had
files and paper. Even brought out paperwork that made no sense to what he was talking about, but was a loop around which made sense.
No, he's a fantastic storyteller.
Amazing. If you want to know how to grip somebody to watch a 3-hour podcast in one sitting.
When you watched it, how many views was it sitting at?
1 point something, 1.8 or something.
Bro, that's more than he's got subscribers.
I know, it's crazy. But so this whole thing is Advocate Therefore was on the Senzo Meyiwa case. And then he was iconically arrested in court and then spent time in jail. 13 months or something like that, where he wasn't actually accused of anything for a certain amount of months. It is linked to so many different cases.
It's explosive.
And corruption.
It's explosive.
He said, who did he link? He's coming to fill in the gaps for? Nkwonazi. So Lieutenant General Nkwanasi also opened the floodgates, naming ministers in corruption, police officers in corruption, and then Tefo came and said, I'm going to fill in the gaps for you.
And here's the paperwork.
Yeah, and he has the evidence. And it's going back to 2014.
So, you know what I wanted to ask? Okay, okay, maybe you can elaborate. But I want to ask you straight. Like when Advocate Tefo explains what happened in that house.
Yeah, I believe him.
What do you think?
I believe him.
I think we've got no choice but to believe him.
I think it makes a lot of sense. If there's so many witnesses saying it happened the way it did happen, who was the guy that brought the gun, the revolver? Lungwe. The way Lungwe would explain the story makes sense, that he lost the gun, was in the hands, he walked out, he ran back in.
Tefo pulled out the affidavit.
Yeah, that he wrote in prison.
Sworn affidavit, which they linked up coincidentally. Yeah. It was not, they were not brought there because they were both in something together. No. Yeah. That one had his own issue. This one was transferred here because they tried to poison him.
Yeah.
All the coincidences that led to the truth coming out. I'm like, no ways.
But people that don't know, 13 people. Senzo was shot and killed on Sunday
in a house full of people.
In a house full of people, and the cover-up was crazy. They tried to blame 5 people. 3 of those people weren't even in the same province over the weekend, and 11 people have died in this case. That's how much covering up that the police, that the certain individuals that hold higher powers or gripping force on certain syndicates have, that they literally have had 11 other murders because of this case, which is shocking. And he speaks about drugs that get intercepted at Durban. Then a certain government official hijacks the drugs, not hijacks it, but takes them so that the cops don't do their proper inventory with it, like we checking it in. And then some other guy gets wind of this, and then they try to rectify it underneath with some like, oh no, this is what we were doing, this is what we were trying to do. But those drugs then go into all the different, he becomes the supplier, the head of police become the supplier, and then it gets
then distributed,
hits the streets. He brings up that case,
and then it ties into what Nkwanasi was saying, that the main suspect in Nkwanasi's story is that Vuzimuzi Cat Matlala, who is a drug lord, an underworld kingpin. They distribute the drugs in the clubs. That's how DJ Somebody was killed. It's like, that's some crazy shit, junk.
Yeah. And then there's a Diddy thing that unravels into the American version of this shit, bro. You see, we're playing a game that we have no idea is being played. And at a high level. And at a gross level sometimes, and a scary level, because these are people getting killed. That young boy of 10 shot in the head. They say he goes to one hospital. There was not even a file on the guy who comes in with a bullet hole in his head. There's definitely going to be some sort of file. And then 15 minutes it's in Wilges, so they let the boy die. So the level of like insanity,
it's mad. And did he explain on the McG podcast why that happened to that kid?
He said it was not witchcraft.
He said it was a sacrifice.
Sacrifice, yeah. Because of tri blood or something or another.
Yeah, they needed the body to drain out all the blood. I'm like,
that's where he lost me, I'm not gonna lie.
Even me.
Because I would be like, okay, a young boy, his father's gun, he's playing around with it, shoots himself in the head. It is a common accident that does unfortunately happen. That's why we keep our gun in the safe and we don't give anybody the key but ourselves. You know, especially living in SA where sometimes you have to have a gun for protection. Be responsible with it.
Make sure it's in your name. Keep it at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. But
Man.
that's why we need a little bit of change, because we're living in a scary place at the moment. Lawlessness is running rife.
But then there are people like Candace Owens, dog.
Dude, this is the one thing on this whole list, and you've wanted to speak about this Bridget and Candace Owens for weeks, and I've been avoiding it because I don't know who this is.
You don't know who she
No.
is. I should have sent you the shit. I thought you were tapped in.
No,
I was like, oh man, Shannon knows. He probably
because I'm also like there on Google and chat. I'm like Berndas and Candace. It's not coming up.
I'm gonna send you this one of Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yo man, it's like, bro.
Elaborate so our viewers know who you're speaking about.
For every Kwanazi, there's a Candace Owens.
Okay.
There's just somebody who's just fed up with all this shit. You get what I'm saying? And like, when I listen to Candace Owens, I don't know if I always agree with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my own opinions. I look at the world my own way, and maybe my gender plays a role. It's okay, but like, what I love about her is how much she stands on truth, like some people claim to be standing on business.
Nice. She's like the chick from Carte Blanche.
I don't know. I've never really watched Carte Blanche like that. She a hardcore.
She's hardcore.
Maybe like
if she knocks on your door.
Maybe like Deborah Petter, Third Degree. You mean?
Yeah. She's knocking on your door. You in shit, bro.
You have to. You're gonna answer because she asked.
That's the same. What's her name? I can't remember, but like if Derek Watts is knocking on your door, you know you're doing some bad stuff.
Yeah. So she is going in, dog. Oh my god. She's being sued by the president of France.
Oh, nice.
Little Candace Owens is being sued. A podcaster is being sued by a whole president of a whole country for claiming it's not even her claim. She's just amplifying.
That the French president's dating a man.
No, it's that she was a man.
Oh.
Maybe she's a woman now.
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But she been a woman. But she was a man. It's so crazy.
Are we gonna get sued now?
The story goes. No.
We're not claiming anything, yeah.
I mean,
what a lovely woman you have as president.
Yeah. We're just saying all of this.
We saw you doing those lines though, mister.
Allegedly.
No, I saw the video, dog.
Of who doing lines?
Of the president passing a Coke bag around.
Macron.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how recent is this?
Like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was huge news. They were all sitting at a table.
That boy is wild.
Yeah.
That boy is wild.
No, bro, crazy.
No, because can I tell you how deep it goes with Bridget? is she used to be his teacher. Bridget used to be his teacher.
Who's Bridget?
It's his wife.
Oh, Macaroon's wife.
Yes, Macron. Bridget Macron. That guy is Emmanuel Macron.
Yeah.
That's Bridget Macron. 39 years ago.
But was she a he then?
No, she was already a she.
Okay.
But she
39 years ago. I'm so confused.
That's what I'm trying to tell. It's crazy.
So she was, what do they call it, grooming him?
She was grooming him. What? Emmanuel Macron's parents wrote a letter to the school like, stop, tell the teacher to stop fucking with our boy.
Oh, really?
And she waited for him.
God, this is a good story. What's the age gap, Uno?
Bro, let's Google it now live.
God,
she's old, dog. She's fucking old.
What the fuck? That's weird, dude. God, that's a good clip. We've got two.
You're killing me.
No ways. And bro, just imagine your teacher. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. in 1993, at the age of 39, she met
a 15-year-old. And when did they start dating? I've got so many questions.
After university.
See, this is why I need to do my research.
After
university.
You need to watch Candace Owens.
Candace Owens.
Bro, so Candace Owens is being sued. She made a docu-series on this.
Yeah.
Like the whole story. Becoming Bridget. You get what I'm saying?
Wonderful.
And she's getting sued by them. But like the people that she references are in France. And she's only taking references from France about it. It's so they're suing her for defaming,
defamation of character.
Yeah, you know, and it's like actually they're suing her for cyberbullying. Yes, not defaming.
Crazy.
And it's like, man. And she's just like, just show us the pictures. We just want the pictures. And Piers Morgan, she was also in Piers Morgan. She's like, look, Piers, if she was born a woman, she must just show us pictures.
Oh, yeah, of her childhood.
Like to go through a sex test, why must we do that?
Yeah.
Why must we do that?
We just need, childhood photos.
Why?
In school.
Must extract your blood, look at your urine. Come on, man, show us a picture. That is an argument for a whole hour. That's her only position, and
that's a very good argument.
The crazy part is that they made a bet with Piers Morgan. That's the part that.
Yeah.
£300,000.
That she's a woman.
Yeah.
Who took the
Piers says she's a woman. Bridget said, Candace.
Did you see?
Candace says she's a woman.
Jake Paul is
a man.
Jake Paul is now suing anybody that says his fights have been rigged. And
Really?
Piers Morgan, I think on Monday, released a statement this long on X, apologizing, saying what Jake Paul's done for women boxing is admirable, and his next opponent being Joshua really is a test to how much he's done in boxing. It's crazy.
Piers will do it for the money, man.
No, Piers is doing it so he doesn't get sued.
Yeah. That's
and it's
a penny saved is a penny earned.
It's something that I also struggle with in America, because there's the amendment of freedom of speech, right? Should allow you to say that. Like, should allow you to say that Jake Paul's fights are rigged. Like, isn't that your right to think that?
Yeah, it is.
You know? And they're so hardcore on these, like, the Second Amendment, Third Amendment. They fight so hard for it.
Yeah.
But then, if it doesn't suit them, then I'm gonna sue you. Like, you also say dumb shit the whole time and get away with it because of that amendment.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think these kids from the open chats...
I'm so glad you brought it up. Because I also hear, because I also heard what Gayton said about this.
Okay. Cool.
You know, which was mainly him saying, like, they have a responsibility not to bring racial terms and slurs that create separation.
Yeah.
You know, which I get. But also, it's also something like, if that's your opinion, let that be your opinion. You know, we strive so much for individuality and freedom that you get upset that a stupid podcaster said something about you, or about a group.
It's important that you mention that the podcast is stupid, because you have to expect stupid shit from a stupid podcaster.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're just short of saying our podcast, we talk stupidly about stupid things. You know, they try to explain it as humor. This is where I have the issue. Because, like, that's not funny. Okay, maybe it's not funny. Maybe it's funny to some. But it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the kind of shit you want to be putting online.
No.
You know, just in the interest of, like, you know, being a solid person, respecting your fellow man.
Is podcasting getting to a point where it's just blurting out random shit like us? You know, at least in our case, we're doing it just because we wanted to do a podcast where we hear each other's opinions, which we would have normally done.
Yeah.
And we remind people that it's just specifically our opinions.
Yeah.
But right now, how do you get viral? You have to say controversial things. You have to say things that you might not completely agree on, but you say
I like
because you want to see the likes.
I like to give this example when it comes to this, right? Especially in industry, because podcasting is becoming an industry, right? And it's like, okay, fine, you can be the Albany of podcasting, but for every 10 Albanese, there's one Ciabatta.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's like the quality, the craft of making bread, which is a product, right?
Yeah.
Comes out in not in manufacturing, but in crafting.
The ingredients that you put into
I feel like podcasting is a craft to communicate. And it's not everybody who can or should have a mic. There's a t-shirt I saw that says ban male podcast, and I feel like genuinely some should be banned, but I also feel like there are a lot of women podcasts that should be banned. But if I had to like balance it and weigh it, I think I'd
I like the discussion though.
I'd prefer women podcasts.
That's the thing now. Now you're taking the
like out. I need 3 out of 10.
If just
for
imagine
men,
everybody
7
had
for
the opinion of, if I hear something, I can make my own assumption of what that person is saying without judgment. If everybody could go through life like that, you wouldn't have as much conflict as we have today. And that's what maybe sometimes some people should work towards.
It's difficult when someone is employed to influence.
I hear you.
Then they're weaponizing their likeness to have a hold over you.
That's what Gayton was saying. You have the responsibility to not create separation or create conflict amongst a certain group of people.
Certainly not for entertainment.
Certainly not for entertainment. But how about if you had the perspective of saying that Chinese are good at maths, for a basic example, you know, and that is my belief, because Chinese people are good at math that I've seen, you know, but that upsets the Chinese people because they're like, we don't like being saying that we're good at maths, you know, but that's just my opinion. The Chinese people shouldn't give a shit about my opinion. I'm not them and they're not me, you know, and I'm trying to.
So are you gonna change your opinion when you meet a Chinese guy who's not good at math?
I'll be like, yo, you're the odd outlier. You obviously played too many videos.
So you're gonna need 3 or 4 Chinese people to
in a row.
You see what I'm saying? Why don't you just change your mind?
But because I can. Once I have enough of my own data, then I can change my mind.
Yeah, and that's also the responsibility that like people must take when they say something, especially on a public platform. Say what you want, go, feel free, right? But just know that the cost of it is taking responsibility for it.
Yeah,
and people
certain words hold action. Certain words hold weight. And you have to know that sometimes it might come back and bite you. Like that girl that said the monkeys on the beach, that white chick on December holidays. You know, she got in. She's sitting in jail. She was a real estate agent. Said something, boom, jail time. You know, so you do have a responsibility. Because
what about our mutual friend?
Yeah. He also suffered the consequences. But also, like addicts, people can change because they get their own data, because they realize that my certain viewpoint was obscure, it was based off of somebody else's opinion that they told me. It could have been down to the influence I had on the people around me.
What I'm saying is, just don't say stupid shit online.
Yeah.
That, you know what, bro? We're always gonna say stupid shit. That guy made a mistake of taking out his phone in another country.
In another country.
And then posting it and thinking that shit wouldn't happen. Come on, dog. Like, no, that's your mistake.
But he didn't send it on social media. You understand? It was in an internal group, and then somebody in that group sent it on. But anyway, I'm not defending anybody.
Yes.
I'm not defending anything.
We're getting technical, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Every choice has a consequence.
That's what I'm saying.
Every single choice.
That's what I'm saying. So
live a
if
life
you are go online and say
be
that
smart.
wild shit, bro, you must know that wild shit is gonna catch up with you. It's just going to catch up with you. It's inevitable. You can call it virality, but you can trend for the wrong reasons.
like Gaten.
Yeah, like, you know, it doesn't. Good marketing doesn't mean that you're selling a good product. And virality is that. It's just like, take this. And we get a lot of fucking riffraff that goes viral. Like, I mean, come on, dog.
Like these dancers.
This shit these kids shouldn't be this big if they're known for talking reckless like this. You know, now we can shift to Gaten because he put the spotlight on himself. Did you see people bringing out his files?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this guy.
Yeah, I said some racist shit myself.
I was like, oh my god.
But that's what I'm saying. So my approach is better. You know what I mean? You're like, just be safe and be careful of what you're saying, but it's inevitable that you're gonna say dumb shit like you said. So my approach is just have okay, cool, that fucking idiot says something dumb. He's dumb.
Are you ever gonna pull out from your tweets and find that you said some dumb shit online?
I probably have said some dumb shit online. I probably offended a fat person. You know, I'm 100% sure of it. You know, when I get into Facebook battles, I'll go check on your profile and see how you look, and I'm going to attack that. You know, if you attack me, I'm going to attack you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. And I attack a little bit harder than you may attack. But then don't get angry with me. So that's what I'm saying. If you're more like the old saying of let it slide over water like over a duck. Be that dude. People are gonna say dumb shit. It might not be the essence of their entire being. It might be a thought that slipped out. It might be. So what, man? People, who's really listening to that podcast? People that you don't really care about.
They were syndicated on DSTV. I was like, what?
But the people that are listening to
I was shocked, Stank.
It's also like you think now that the people that are watching that also can't form their own opinions on things. But I get what you're saying. Like, if I keep on hearing my heroes or people that I look up to or influencers saying certain things, I might also start seeing those people or that thing a certain way because keep on getting told. But that's the responsibility of the viewer then.
Yeah.
To not be dumb and fall for stupid things. Do your history, do your fact checking, see if you agree with it.
So then how seriously must we take people that say shit online then?
This is what I'm saying, not serious. Make your own assumptions. That's what we have to do as humans. If you hear one thing, it's your decision. If Lulama tells me something right now, it's my decision to believe her.
Am I right to say that what you might be suggesting is also that the community that these guys offended shouldn't be that touched?
Because they're idiots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that would be my approach to it.
Okay.
Sticks and stones may break my bones. But I hear it. Like I understand why Gaten's upset, and I do understand the responsibility that certain individuals in certain powers they need to have because they are in those powers, and people are slightly, unfortunately, like sheep. They follow. They need to have a person to follow. You know, and if that person is telling them things that may harm other individuals, then it's wrong. I get it. Then I don't stand for it. But I also have the opinion of, I guess this is now just unnecessary drama.
It's true. It's true.
I would rather them focus on what Advocate Tefo was talking about, and then them sort out that mess, than worry about what a bunch of podcasters say on their fucking.
It's true.
Like, there's much bigger things to worry about.
It was on the news.
I don't know how he's not dead.
But then that's the thing, dog. Everybody's just fucking talking about this fucking shit because it's fucking trending.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking trend. And the reason why they're gonna fucking talk about it is because they also want to do fucking numbers.
Yeah. But that's the world we're living right now.
That's what Kanye figured. He's like, oh well, let me just
let me get on the train. And he broke it.
Let me just say crazy shit. What's the craziest shit I can do?
Adolf Hitler. He was right, bro.
Oh my niggas, Nazis.
Bro,
Yeah.
well done to him. I was actually on a golf course at 7 Met, which is the part of the Rachis. You know the Rachis in the army?
No.
Okay, so
No idea.
So just imagine what the who's those Navy SEALs? The Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
So the Iraqis are basically like the elite Navy SEALs of our country, and then 7 Med is basically the people that are medics and air support. They're crazy guys. You can imagine Afrikaans as they come. My name is Piet. And on the first tee box, I was playing with these guys, and I think I was wearing shorts, and they asked me about the rapper Biggie, and then somehow we got onto the topic of Kanye, and every single one, and these are 55-year-old white Afrikaans, strong, fucking starter, and how impressive Kanye West is at marketing. They were all like that, man, how he did it at the Met Gala, what he did. People knew, they were like, this guy, they could see straight through it. They were like, this guy's crazy, doing crazy numbers, and they were blown away by how many views he got. 980 million in 2 days.
Yeah. You know? But I don't know, like I think we have spoken about this. I'm not prepared to say wild shit just for clicks, bro.
No,
because firstly, I mean, if it's wild and I'm saying it, then I definitely believe it. You know, like I can say something.
So
wild.
isn't that your right to then say it?
Yes. But then I can definitely stand for it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I can definitely.
Okay, that's very
if
fair.
If you catch me saying some wild shit,
that.
I can probably stand for it.
Okay.
Usually.
That's, I think, the key to it. If you can stand for it and you truly believe, then you can stay up there. Okay, we spoke about the EPL.
What about the radioactive
Rhinos.
Did you hear about that?
I did that. They're injecting the horns.
That is good news.
So,
is it?
You know, it is good news because they're not chopping the horns off. So for the people at home that want to know a little bit about the rhinos, rhinos used to maybe more have a dick measuring contest with their horns when they went into battle with another male. It wasn't, they did used to fight, but usually after a while, the rhino with the bigger horn would win, and the smaller rhino or the lesser rhino would vacate the area.
Yeah.
So now when they found that they were chopping it off for conservation efforts, now they were running basically into each other and heading into the internals with great force. And then the rhinos were dying days later of internal bleeding, suffering for longer periods because they chopped off the nose or the rhino horn. So I think this is to combat that was happening, which is obviously the suffering of the rhino. So yeah, it's sick that we're going through that. People use this for medicine or whatever.
But it's also crazy that the conservation effort also ended up causing so much harm to the rhinos. So then it makes me wonder.
I think the chopping of the rhinos or killing of the rhinos was way worse than a couple of rhinos dying from internal bleeding.
I mean. Probably yes.
It's out of hand.
I'm just like shocked by how they say the road to heaven, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know, it was a good intention to cut the horn, but because we're not rhinos, we don't know.
You don't know what this is for. Shame. They just woke up and they were like, "Fuck, where's my horn?"
Oh man, now I gotta fight this guy.
Yeah, no horn. I'm gonna have to kill him.
Fuck. You know.
Shit.
So that's the irony for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that's the human touch.
Yeah.
That's the human touch. We always think we're doing it for good reasons, but it always fucks everything up.
Well, you know, that's the beautiful thing about South Africa. There is so many nature conservationists that are out there. There's so many guys on the Kruger. They're doing an amazing work.
But don't you think the radiation is going to? This is one
bro, if they cut off the horn and they were dying from internal bleeding, bro, some radiation is going to do something. They probably become more aggressive. I don't know. They've never tested it.
You said nuclear, right? It's nuclear. Yeah, that's crazy.
But also then, like, God forbid, this poor Chinese person, whoever's buying, I shouldn't say Chinese, but it's mainly the Chinese that buy the rhino horn. It's a known fact. I'm willing to stand by this because that's where it's going. So they've been buying this medicine, none the wiser, you know. No teacher in China is teaching them about rhino conservation. They don't know. They just are believing that this product is there to help them in a certain manner. Now you're sending them tainted product. Now you're killing the person. So which is a better evil?
Even though it's a low nuclear.
Who knows?
Because that's what they're saying. Yeah. They're saying they're keeping it low just to track the rhino.
Yeah.
To track the rhino.
So hopefully they bust the person who chops off the rhino horn before it gets to the end user, because now you save a rhino, the rhino is going to die anyways if it's getting poached, you know. And the poacher's not going to know which rhino's got the radioactive thing, and he's going to go, then he chops it up, makes powder and sends it to China, and then they put it in their pills or whatever they use it for. But I did hear that they are trying to create they are growing artificial rhino horns now in labs to combat this.
So what are they going to do? They're going to feed the artificial rhino horns
to the people, yeah.
Into the poaching networks.
Yeah. They just glue the horn onto
that sounds like some CIA shit. That sounds
like just before you get over the fence, there's just like rhino horns hanging everywhere for the poachers.
Dog, you know what the Mossad slogan is? By deception only.
Oh, really? Also, for our viewers, Mossad is like the CIA for Israel, basically.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting, the whole Israel startup thing. Do you know how that happened?
What? The country?
The country.
Yo, bro, I was listening to Candace Owens. You know you know what she said? She called it some imaginary place in the Middle East.
Well, the Israelis, it really only started in like the 1940s, I think, where it was independent or seen as a country itself, and that was only after Rothschild bought like 40% of the land in that area and needed controlling power. And that's when the CIA, Israel, and Mossad basically all started within the same period. It was like over a 3-year period where the CIA was used to fund money into Israel through arms deal. That's why Israel gets so much money. I think they're the largest grantor of American arms. It's like 314 trillion amount of money that goes into Israel out from the Americans through the CIA, and that creates the Mossad, which closes the triangle, and they kind of oversee all of the movements of everything happening around the world using those two entities or three entities.
Then we have the KGB, the MI5, but the Mossad, dog, by deception only. Jeffrey Epstein was definitely Mossad.
Well, either Mossad or
that girl.
Well, the CIA and Mossad are linked.
He was hanging out with.
She's gonna get popped, just bro.
That girl he was hanging out with.
Careful what you say.
She's slain Maxwell. Her dad was a triple agent.
Triple agent.
He was CIA, Mossad, and KGB.
Shit.
And he was balling. You know, like balling. And according to the story I heard from Candace Owens, she's saying that when Jeffrey Epstein met Robert Maxwell, he's like, okay, I'll put you in a part of the game. You know?
Yeah, because Jeffrey came from nothing.
So they put him into the
American branch,
the Mossad, specifically the Mossad and thing.
And that's why Mossad doesn't want the CIA to release the files.
Yeah, and the files are
linked to too many people. We
real
said
files, bro. They are real.
no. I can imagine. It's there for blackmail.
It's there for blackmail.
Like P Diddy
yeah.
on the black people. Yeah, that's what they said. It was more so on that influence so that he could get certain people on that side involved. Yeah, so AfriForum is suing News 24 based on the lack of reporting that was done on the land reform, that there's not been any expropriation done without compensation. And then they came with
suing them for not covering it in.
Yeah, no, they said that News 24, the CEO, actually made a big thing about pulling an article, then rewriting an article that was in favor of the current ANC policies, without fact checking what the news reporter sent out.
Okay.
So they said that they've done their own thing, and they actually didn't do anything because the people that are suing them, what actually won the case now, gave like cases like, yeah, this is, if you did any investigation, this is what you would have found on this matter. So that's the thing. Media are going to play a narrative to work in favor of some sort of some sort of political party.
Numbers.
It's viewership. It's where the viewers are, how they report, how they like all the democratic news agencies, how they all talk about certain things about what Trump does, and then Trump in the media says like, guys, listen, this is what I actually have done. You guys were saying one thing, but here's the facts. I'm doing the other things. You know, like you say that the tariffs, when Biden was it's a great thing. When I'm doing it's terrible things. How have you changed voices over 4 years? Where when Biden did it, you were publicizing it as good, that he's increasing tariffs on certain countries, which he did. It's a thing that governments do. You know, that's how they increase their revenue at ports. So now when Trump does it, everyone's like, oh, this is a terrible thing, he's going to collapse the market. But it's just because that's how they need to push their numbers in the way that pushes up their viewership, which pushes an agenda that they are getting the money, the funding. Investors come from somewhere, money comes from somewhere. So if your boss says one thing, hey, you know, on the next podcast, all I want you to do is speak about Sprite and really pump it up, and I'm going to give you your salary at the end of the month because I'm your boss. What are you going to do? You hope there's more people like Candace Owen. But what happens when Candace Owen stays on that let's say she was on a news agency, she shared something that goes against him, they cut her.
She used to work on Daily Wire.
So they cut her. Now she has to go out on her own, do her own thing, and
she's doing better on her own. And that's exactly the thing.
So we hope there's more Candaces out there that stand up for the truth.
Because like
Tefo.
Truthful Tefo. You know, there's one thing that I don't see trending on about that podcast. You know, we're all there for the juice and everything, and I think I did text you about it. It's like the part that everybody misses is that Advocate Tefo is only in that position to tell us what happened and the whole story about what's happening because he was convicted in his soul. He says, my soul won't let me.
Yeah, that was very deep.
And that's the thing, dog. It's like, how convicted are we as people? You know, like when a situation comes where you have to stand on business and stand on truth, for truth, what's going to happen?
Truth, beauty, goodness. You gotta stand on that.
Check it out on streaming platforms. Yeah, man, it's like it's difficult, bro. It's difficult to be, and I'm saying it as someone who's trying, man, like striving to live in that pocket of even being true to yourself, being true to your fellow man. And it's like, dog, how are we ever gonna get it right? For as long as we're not getting it right, the Mossad is gonna be hitting us with deception only.
Yes, but I think with small ripples can create a tsunami. So if everybody is striving to do the just thing, do their best for their fellow human, we won't have the people that will control us, because
why does it
people
seem
have control.
Why does it seem like the villains always have the money in all these stories? How much was that woman from IDT chowing, the one that was caught by the journalist? They said she had a project for 680 million.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How the fuck? How the fuck can you just do that?
Yeah, because you have no moral compass to say that this is the wrong thing.
You can't do that.
But they do it, all of them.
But then where are the good people fighting that? That journalist, what's his salary? He turned down 60K.
No, that guy deserves a raise.
I watched that shit the day it hit on Daily Maverick, the journalist, the story. I'm like, man, you risked your life to tell us this?
Yeah, so the good news is I think people have also lost the sense.
Where is his reward for that? What is his reward? And I'm not saying
his reward is that everybody in South Africa,
congratulations, you're a good guy.
Everybody in South Africa knows that is the most honest person. Maybe he gets a promotion in another company because they're like, what you did there was amazing. That's the type of character we need. Yeah. Sometimes being the right,
but you don't think he's a mark. You don't think he's a marked man now.
Of course he could be.
That's the other thing, you know. But that's the other thing. Like, therefore you can't kill now.
No, because the people that he gave us a list.
You can't.
The top 10 suspects.
You can't do that now to him. The cat is out of the bag. You know, but someone who is about to tell the truth about something.
Yeah, they'll pop them.
You know, but this guy,
like the 11 people in the Senzo case.
Maybe this guy's got a kid. You know, this journalist, and then okay, fine. If our guy is going down, which is that woman, so we're gonna do something to you.
One can only hope,
and that's the price you pay.
One can only hope for a better day. One can only hope that we live one day in a world where the bad thoughts and the negative thoughts are overweighed by the positive ones of trying to be a better person.
Yeah,
but it's a crazy thing to think that.
Dishonesty, I'm not saying that I understand the life of crime, but I can understand why not doing the better thing is easier.
It's tougher to be a better person than a bad person.
Yeah.
It takes effort.
I can understand it.
Yeah. I guess if we learned otherwise, if everything was amazing around us, it would be easier to be a good person than a bad person. But I think it's tougher now because we're surrounded by corruption, we're surrounded by crime, we're surrounded by people backstabbing each other and people saying stupid things. We're surrounded by it. So in human cases, monkey see, monkey do. You know, we learn from our environment. We are the product of our society, and society is a little bit corrupt.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a little bit evil at the moment.
But it's also a little bit good.
There is a lot of good in this society.
There's a little bit good.
No, bro, there's a lot of good.
I'm just wondering, can I tell you something fucked up that happened to me? This might get me in trouble for real. But I was somewhere selling, I won't say where, and I saw, it was a very popular place, and I saw a group of, not just a group, but many groups of Jews, and I'm selling, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna put my prices up on some of these things so they can pay for what they're doing to Palestine.
You get them, Udo. That extra 50 rand is one less bullet to the army.
It empowers me more to do something. But what I'm saying is like, okay, it was just a joke. It was a joke that I was thinking in my head. But I was like, what am I doing then about that situation? Do I have to do something? I'm doing something.
I definitely don't think those 5 individuals that you saw had anything to do with the conflict right now. Zero.
You know, that's crazy because I was sitting there thinking, I wonder how many people are connected to that place here.
I think a lot.
I was even thinking, man,
But bro,
what are you guys doing outside?
so that's like saying every person in Ukraine agrees with Zelensky and every Russian agrees with Putin.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that you see that are probably in our boat,
I know,
which are like,
I know,
fuck Israel.
I know.
Even though we're Jewish, we don't agree what's going on.
Yeah.
But they can't help it.
I know.
So unless those Jews came to you and they started haggling with you off the onset.
I'm so scared of them.
Why?
They might be IDF. They might be Mossad.
I know.
You never know.
I've only done good business with Jewish people.
Really? I love everyone, man. I just hate it when... Here's the question that we can end on. That maybe...
We should end on.
Yeah. Candace Owens proposed at the end of her podcast, right? She's like, why should your morality depend on your identity?
Why should your morality depend on your identity?
It's a bit treacherous, right? Because you can't be siding with Jews as a Jew, even though the Jewish people are doing wrong there.
Yeah. No, you should not allow that. You should not. Your morality should be based on your own inner morality.
But then the real question is like,
that makes sense.
why is that so common in our society? Like, why am I more prepared to die for a black person than for a white person? And I'm not saying that
I
for
think
real.
you would be scared to be ostracized if you didn't. You know what I mean?
But I'm dying.
Huh?
I'd be dying for it. So who cares if I'm scared?
No, very true. But okay, say you survive it. But our instinct is based off. We don't want to be seen outside of our group, our people, if that makes sense. Our group of people. So we take what they think a lot more. Which is what we should do. Once again, we can bring up this.
Yeah,
we shouldn't really care about what other people
That one
do.
Condenses down to truth. Just be true to yourself.
Yeah. And then nobody else cares.
And the real...
You shouldn't care about what So let's say in an instance we get in a fight. Not me and you, me and somebody else, me and a black dude. Let's put perfect example. And then you side with me because we're homies. He gets upset. He was like, why? Because I'm a black guy, you should have been on my side. You know, but you shouldn't care what he thinks.
Yeah.
You should only care about what you think. You go home and be like, I protected my boy.
Yeah. Or I can't believe I didn't jump in for my boy.
You should do it for what what your person, your own morality.
Or it could be, thank God I didn't jump in for my boy.
It could be, exactly. Maybe I did say something dumb.
Thank God I didn't jump in at all.
Yeah, so that's episode 12.
Episode 12. Danzo. Another one. Oh, speaking of that, I seen the flag DJ Khaled is getting.
What does DJ Khaled do?
Nothing for Palestine.
Oh.
They took this picture of him sitting.
Is he Palestinian?
He is.
Oh. Why should he care what's happening in Palestine? Why do people care what he cares about what's going on in Palestine?
And my guess is that he's probably doing a lot more than people know.
Yeah. He probably sends aid money over. Who knows?
Yeah.
Why do you care about what somebody else is doing?
It's just crazy.
No, fuck.
It's crazy that they're even criticizing him for it.
Bro. If it's your...
What would you do?
I'm trying to get into that mentality of giving a no fuck attitude. I don't care what you think. It's very difficult because I've been grown up to such a point where I do care what people think.
Yeah.
How I look,
Yeah.
how I speak, how I present myself, how I do business. It's just who I am. I do care. But that's installed in me that I don't do certain things that I would want to do because I'm worried about the consequence of what somebody else will think. So why, like this book said, why should I give a fuck about what other people think? They're not probably thinking about me.